November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude.
2,000 feet on 1014, Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo.
Hello YouTube, Wycliffe Barrett here. Today we're looking at LIRQ Florence by TDG. TDG creates numerous airports. I'm going to put a link below to his airport directory. Anyway, let's have a look here. One of the things I like about TDG is the amount of detail, his level of detail when he's creating his airports. Now, he states quite clearly that this is a facsimile, that it may not be completely and wholly accurate with LIRQ, but it's very close in my view. And what TDG is very good at, he's very good at using the Lego brick system and just putting buildings together to create buildings. So you may put 2 or 3 different facades together to make a building, and it looks good. It really works. And don't forget, this is freeware, and for many people this is as good as payware quality. His ground markings are really good, and he spends a lot of time in getting the apron right. Look at the apron there. You can see the different shades of concrete and asphalt where it's been patched up. The road network is very, very good, and the surrounding city, as you can see, this is Europe by Sim Heaven, and it really, it all comes together really nicely. Default land class, so the mountains in the background there, all default, looking really, really good as the city climbs up the foothills there of the mountains. Very nice. And there's a real picture where you can see the airport very much nestled within the city. It's a short runway, so the largest aircraft you're going to get in there is a baby bus. You will get an A319 in there, no problem. I did manage to land the 737-800X with full flaps, and I think I had brake 3 setters, but it stopped in no time. Once again, looking at the detail of the car park there's even a billboard there that says "Welcome to a TDG airport." That's a very nice touch indeed. The airport originally first opened in 1910, and it was called the Campo de Marte, and it was the military authorities actually used a field there for experiments in air navigation, so it was really a military airport to start off with. In 1928 it became a commercial airport, and then for a very long time it just stayed that way until the 1990s, when it had a huge update to the airport. The facilities were upgraded, and at present it has something like 2.5 million movements, 2.5 million passengers a year, and aircraft movements at 35,645. There's a large number of companies fly into and out of Florence: Air Dolomiti, Air France, Air Moldova, Alba Wings, Alitalia, Austrian Airlines, Blue Air, British Airways, Brussels Airlines, CityJet, Hopi, Iberia, KLM, Lufthansa, Swiss International, TAP, TUI, and Vueling. In fact, this is actually a Vueling hub in LIRQ. Not easy to say that. I should just say Florence. Anyway, we're up in the Cessna and just flying over the airport, looking at the terminal buildings and some of the outlying buildings and structures, hangars and commercial entities. All very nice, all kind of blends in really well. The weather is being provided today by Ultra Weather XP, and I'm not using FSGRW at the moment, so this is just Ultra Weather XP providing the weather within Xplane, and it's real-time weather for today, today's date. Right, so coming over the terminal, once again, those buildings being put together to create other buildings, very cleverly done. TDG is very good at that. Nice placement of trees there, hand-placed trees as we come over the airport. Just having a look around, I tell you, if the CAA ever caught me flying a Cessna like this, I'd be really in trouble. We don't want to be flying like that too much. You can see the hills off in the distance there behind the city, all very authentic. It looks really, really good. It's a very nice area to fly in, and I think this could be quite a nice little destination if you just wanted to do a short, maybe 2-hour flight, 2 hours 40 minutes. This would be ideal from the United Kingdom, from Amsterdam, Paris, anywhere like that. This would be a very nice flight into. It's got 2 approaches, obviously. The approach from the mountains, so coming in this way, a little bit harder, and it is a circle to land approach, so it's captain's only approach and only daytime operations as well, so no nighttime operations for that approach. The opposite way as to where I'm flying now is the normal approach and landing runway, and I think that one's a bit more favourable. Okay, so it's time for a little bit of music, bit of David Cutter. I'll be right back. There are little details throughout this airport that I really like. The airport clutter is just about right for the size of the airport. You wouldn't want much more than this. There are static aircraft, there's only one or two of them. And once again, the car parking. So looking at some of the details, the cars there, the 3D cars, people stood in the car park, fencing all the way around the car park. Sometimes you see sceneries done and they haven't put any fencing in, so that's a really good touch. I like that. There's even a gate there as well. So, as I said earlier, the apron there with all the different colours of concrete and asphalt to show there's been some patching done, some work has been put in there, and just the highway traffic there and the tree placement. It's these tiny details. There's like the red and white barrier there that you can see in between the trees. These tiny details that actually really help when producing an airport, and there's a lot of good things here for people to notice. And this construction site at the side of the runway, there's a new road being laid there. It may not be being laid in the real world, but it actually looks quite nice. Anyway, here we are. We're in the 737-800X by Zibo, or should I say the Zibo mod, and just doing the obligatory 10-mile approach. So it's a hilly kind of terrain, that could catch you unawares if you're flying too low, but a beautiful approach into the airport, going towards the hills, not flying over the hills, the steeper hills. I decided just to do this approach. I think it's runway 05. I'm going to have to check that, I'm afraid. Runway is 05, so I'm coming in on 05. The opposite end is runway 23, and it's a nice approach. And as you can see, the runway is in the middle of the airport, so I'm a little bit high there, so just losing a bit of altitude to get down, but everything's under control. I've got good control of the aircraft, nothing to worry about. It's all nice and smooth. Frame rates exceptional in this area because we're using default airport buildings, and of course it's ex-Europe, so perfectly okay. I'm just going to come in now. I think I'm going to get the piano keys. It certainly looks like it. And there we are. We're down. Beautiful landing on runway 05, a little left of the centre line, so let's just get over there. One thing that constantly surprises me about Xplane is the weather dynamics, or the dynamics on the aircraft. You may have noticed on the takeoff of the Cessna being blown across the runway centre line a little bit. Always catches me by surprise, and new users, when they come to Xplane, are completely blown away by stuff like that. Anyway, that's TDG's airport. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's free. You can get it on xplane.org. No money involved. We'll see you soon. Take care now, and cheerio.